Good morning, Susie Cobden. Today's day 4 of our self-love adventure. So, thinking back to our body, the main problem that I see with lack of self-love is that of our vibration, our frequency, which is what creates our whole life. How can we think ourselves worthy enough to create the life we want if we can't even create the body that we want? We created our own body as a vehicle so that we could explore and create in this dimension on Earth, and so that we could more intimately discover ourselves. It's through having a physical body and being able to interact with others, with situations, with experiences, that we get to discover what we're made of, our own fibre. So, your body is as it is to help us discover and to remember who we are. But we also have to remember that we created our body, and if you don't love and appreciate it, then why did we create it like it is? If our body is not how we'd like it to be, then why is it like that? We created it like that to discover different parts of ourselves. So we've got to find the gifts and appreciate the ways in which our body is serving us. Our bodies have forced us to extend ourselves in ways that we mightn't have without whatever we've got going on. So, what specific talents have come through as a result of our body? That's because everything's a gift. We created our body like that for a reason. Why? It's got something to offer us and has been offering us all along. So we've also got to remember, though, that we're not our body. We inhabit our body. We're the infinite creator behind our creation, and the infinite creator is always perfect. So even though you think your body might be flawed, you're not. And that's worth remembering. You're always perfect. You're always untarnished. And when we realise that we are that creator and not the body, it's easier to realise our true value and worth. Now, everything we create out of love. It's the fabric of absolutely everything. And through adding more love, we change the recipe. Hate isn't hate. It's actually an absence of love. When you're sad, you're not sad. It's just a lack of happiness. Everything is either fear or love, and fear is only the absence of love. So the more love you add, the higher the vibration, and you change things that are perhaps imperfect into more satisfactory. That when you're having fun, for instance, things work out perfectly. If you're making a cake, it might be a cake that you've made 100 times over. If you're in a good mood and having fun, that cake tastes delicious. And if you're in a hurry or stressed, you'll get a flop, or perhaps it just won't taste as good. And that's because our energy isn't lined up while we're doing it. And your body is no different. When unconditional love is applied to ourself, we light up, just as that little child lights up when you give love. Balance returns, health improves. Your cells do a happy dance. It's that basic, but that true, and your overall vibration is changed. But the thing is, you can't pretend to love yourself. It's got to be genuine. It's got to be unconditional love. from the deep recesses of your own heart, because that's the only type of love that is high enough in frequency that has any effect. You know, if you just say, I love my body, but don't mean it, then the energy's not behind your words. It's incongruent. So you've got to be in alignment and apply that love. And that's why we start with appreciation, because appreciation builds love. You know, it's the starting point of really understanding what we have to offer and what our body has to offer. So it's important to remember that we're not our body, but our body's such a big part of us that it affects our frequency. And we have to be happy with our body before we can create the life that we want. Otherwise, our vibration just isn't there. You know, with self-love, our whole frequency lifts and things that we're attracting change. You know, your whole world is a reflection of us. And when we change, our whole world changes. So find a little love for yourself. Go ahead with your appreciation. Find things that you love and appreciate about yourself. Take the time. Do something nice for yourself. It's the weekend. Treat yourself. That's the weekend for me. Mightn't be for some of you yet. But just make the most of every moment, knowing that you created it the way it is, and be unforgiving, be non-judgmental, and look for the gifts. So have a beautiful day, and we'll chat again tomorrow. Love to you all. Bye-bye.